So it's not so good today. Apology. And so I'll try my best because I have been sick for a few days, but feeling much better now. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Today is a little bit light. Apology. But usually I do all the Q&A end of the week at 10 o'clock Hong Kong time at night. But if you prefer another time, I'll try my best. If there's a lot of people that has the same issue, just let me know, and I'll try to accommodate your time, or just pop up your questions early on, and I'll answer it as much as possible. Okay, today is my episode 2, and if you have some questions that just pop up in people's mind, so I will be happy to answer those. First, I want to thank Jamie, especially because he has advised me which microphone to buy. So thank you, Jamie, a lot. And I hope this, yeah, is much better voice than if you can hear me. If not, just drop on the comments below. So the first question is basically about, yeah, the do you matter questions. Why is it important? Because I uploaded previously a video about Professor Chow. He's a great guy. And you can watch that on my video. It's called Do You Matter? As the title said it. And he says you do matter. And I like the most about the video is because he says you need to choose to matter. Because most of us never want to, because maybe they were just, go around with their lives and not being bothered about what happened in the world, and just do their job, come home, have fun, you know, enjoy life, which is good. There's nothing wrong about that. But the most important thing is that you need to do the things that you have to do without being afraid about the evil. Because I like the saying of one of my friends that told me about good. I'll type it for you. Is basically evil is no match for good. Yeah. So evil is no match for good. As you can see, I said evil, which is everything that is negative. Not only evil in the sense of evil people, but also negative mindset. You know, those negative things happening in your life and the problems and issue that you cannot solve, and that's bothering you. I call it evil, or whatever. You know, the things that is not making you happy. So evil is no match for good. And intentionally, you can see God, the small one O, meaning, so I put God, is God. And that's true. And it doesn't mean the God that you think it is. It is just basically positiveness. It can be any religion that you want to believe in, which is fine. But what I mean is, especially, is that you have to try to not to be afraid to speak up your mind, whatever it is. Bruce Lee said it right, which I will talk to you guys next time about the book that he also wrote. This one, it's a great book. I recommend you to read. It's called Striking Thoughts. And basically, it's more about living, but it's much more than that, because it's more about the wisdom that you can use for daily living, and highly recommend it because there's a lot of stuff that you can practice. So evil is no match for good. That is right, true. And you do matter, regardless what people tell you about it. Because in this world, sometimes we think that being quiet, not saying it, will eventually solve the issue. Sometimes it won't, but most of the time it won't. because sometimes you have to speak up your mind and you have to tell the other person if he or she has done something wrong and you're not happy with it, just tell them straight away, not via another person or via another technology, email or whatever, WhatsApp or WeChat. It's not, because it's gonna waste of time. And then you never tell the person in the face. I give you an example is if you, for example, schedule a lunch with a friend and let's say 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and you show up early, or maybe exactly at 12 o'clock, and your friend suddenly didn't text you that he or she will be late. And then after 10 minutes, you think about, huh, okay, maybe it's normal. The person is late because of the work. Okay, give him or her a break. But after a half hour, and you still have no message, then you text them, hey, hello, where are you? I'm still waiting for you. And then no response. And maybe later, after 45 minutes, then they say, oh, apology, I need to see a doctor, so I'll be there soon. And then after 1 hour, they show up. Then I will most of the time decline the lunch and say, sorry, you waste my time. And after 1 hour, no way, then it's no use, right? If you're 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even half hour late, yeah, it's fine. But if you're 1 hour late, I think without any notice, like, oh, sorry, I'm in the middle of something, then it's not good because then it's not really showing that you care about the other person's time. And all of us know that time is more precious than anything because we all can earn a lot of money, but we don't have enough time. Most of us has only 24 hours in a day, every one of us, by the way. But the most important part is how you spend your time. Okay. All right. So that's the thing I question about that. Yeah. Um, you do matter, and you always need to understand that matter doesn't mean that you have to, do the big stuff, but also the little stuff that matters for you in life. All right. Okay, another question here is yeah, okay. So basically, this person is trying to say about, which is a lot of frequently asked questions. Sometimes you, okay, let me read the question first. Basically, the question is that in this day and age, even with AI technology, how can we find a job? Job is very difficult, I know, because we are now in a space of a revolution again. Yes, it's the technological revolution, you are saying? Even though in this lifetime, there's always a breaking point, right? Gotcha. So the breaking point is basically about why is it sometimes difficult that once you lose your job and to find a new one. Apology, sincere apology. Try to mute it if I'm coughing. Okay, it's our life. I'll keep it short today, as I told you earlier about coughing. Okay, so so so, Yeah. So those has been replaced. So people are not using their hands anymore to plan stuff, etc. Machines are doing that. Industrial revolution, right? Then computer age also came. Many people, when they did manually, all the writing, all the paperwork, etc., with accounting, for example, replaced by computer. Big it say that freedom. It's even smarter than us because it has a lot of input of data, and then it can do a lot of stuff without, like let's say right now, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or other kind of AI. And when you grow older, especially about 40 and in the 50s, it'll be difficult because then how can you school yourself? Even the people doesn't know which app or which tools will be used for AI. We do have an idea because Mr. Jensen Huang from NVIDIA and Elon Musk and all those other tech giants, even in China also, they tell us about the changing technology and what we can do about it and how to get ourselves prepared. Because all of us know that coding is not necessary anymore. It's good to know when you're young to learn it, but nowadays you can do it everything easy with the tools that DeepSeek, ChatGPT, and other are providing. So you can learn the basics first, Pythons, for example. But then for those people that is approaching 40 or above 40 or even 50s, that will be difficult. So you have to try to find a way how you can use your network to get in the game again. Because once you have a job, and if that's your primary income, then you're screwed. Because when you lose that job, as you know, then everything is lost. But maybe you have some savings, and then the savings dries up after a couple of months, or even sometimes more than a year or two. Some people couldn't find a job. Sometimes you have to relocate, looking into the other countries or other cities within your countries, then where you can relocate if that's possible. Do it wherever you can, but never give up because opportunities is around you and you need to go and find it. It's not going to be easy, like I said, because we are in the crossroad now into an AI revolution. All right. So I hope this helps. We don't have a golden solution for AI because everyone said maybe it's a bubble and too much of the money in it is also not good. Uh, Investments, etc. Try also, especially when you're young, even though you still have a job, to have multiple sources of income so you don't depend only on a job. Okay, like rental properties if you can. If not, do this the YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, whatever you can do. Douyin, TikTok, whatever, so that you can also have another social media input in the world. Like I said in the first question about you do matter, the statement, sorry. So it's very important that you go back to your grassroots. All right. That's why your network on LinkedIn or other kind of website that you use, but that LinkedIn is one of the biggest one in the world. So use it and connect with people, maybe make new connections, network yourself, go out there. And yeah, I will say do the best you can because you are a living person and we're all on the same boat. All right. Cool. I hope I can answer one more last question before I'm going to cough. Apology, a sincere apology. Okay, let us have a lot of questions, but let me do the other questions next week then. If it's totally better. All right. Hmm, what is on your mind now? So many questions. Let me filter out into one. So the question is, all right, what is, that's not so good for today. If you have any questions, just type it in or send me. Sorry, what's on mind? This is a question, but it's my voice. No, 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 no. No. So the question is, and I'll stop with this question. Something I feel like saying. So, okay, the question here is basically, started it. That's my cough. It's bad energy drink. So bad. You know. So the question here is basically how sorry. Most of us, when we feel that we have any stress or any negative thoughts, anything in your mind, can be any reason before. But it all starts with your thoughts, basically, because you have to understand, especially when you're young now, we all have thousands of thoughts every day. Please remember, young people, you are not your thoughts. Because thoughts are the things that comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, and you have no control of it. Sometimes you don't have even control about what thoughts are coming into your mind because it just pop up, right? And scientifically proven is sometimes all those thoughts are repeating every day, and then they think it's a gut feeling or it's who you are. It's not. Thoughts is just like cloud. It just come and go, come and go. And sometimes you pick one because it's interesting you, and then it goes away again. And then sometimes you pick one, it goes away anyway. So you're not your thoughts. Please remember that. The other thing that stress people is because they use too much of this kind of equipment called your phone. So that's also very stressful because just imagine that every morning when you wake up until night, you're always with your phone. At least you touch it every time. There's a blue screen on it, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's just a screen. It's not. It has influence on your emotion and especially on your habits. So what I recommend to a lot of people is delete a lot of apps from your phone so that you only use your, for example, your laptop or your computer for those kind of things so that you don't be distracted. The most important apps, you just keep it, but those that you don't really use it, there is an option in it. You can Google it or also YouTube it, that you can find out how to find out which app you use frequently. Those apps you can, there's only 5 apps, by the way. If you have more than 5, that is something's wrong. But even from to me, I only have 5 apps that is relevant so that I have to use every day. That's on my phone. The rest is on my laptop. I don't need it. I only check it maybe once a day. I just particular go on those apps and spend an hour on it maybe, and that's it. Another thing is email also. Anything that is not urgent, they will not call you. If it's urgent, they'll call you. All right. So check your email maybe only 3 times max a week. To me, I don't check on my weekends. So I only choose 3 days in a week which one I'm going to check the email for because then I have more productivity. 2 days, I never touch it. I know if it's urgent, they will call me, like I said. If it's not, I don't really care because then I know that I'm in control of my emails, right? So I hope this answered this question about stressful. It's because we touch our phone too much everywhere you go. Even when you go, sometimes I see people eating alone, or even with another person, they always put their phone and they scroll and they talk with the other person. That's not good. Whenever you are, be there. Okay. So if you are talking to that person, be there with that person. Put your phone away, not even visible on the table. If you have lunch, for example, or you have a great time with that person, so that you can give him or her the fullest attention. Because I give you an example that a lot of people say, I want to have a holiday with my kids, my family, my friends, but I have no time now in the office. If you're in the office, stay in the office with your mind. Don't dwell with your thoughts out about your holiday. And with your holiday, don't go back about, oh, I need to finish my project or my email or something. Forget about work when you're on holiday. Okay. So if you work, if you're at work, work. If you're in holiday, you're on holiday. Don't mess it up. Otherwise, it's not so good. All right. That's why you have this stress. The stress is basically when your body and your mind and your spirit, these three things, are not aligned. That's why we have stress. That's why the whole structure breaks down. So the most important part is when your body and your mind and your spirit are one, then nothing is impossible. All right, I hope this less stressful things can help you detox yourself, especially on those other stuff. Then I will talk to you next time about it. It's quite a big topic because most of us are in some sense. Sleep is very important. I like about what Jim Carrey said he learned from his friend. It's called, some people say they're depressed, and it's correct because your body needs deep rest, depressed, deep rest. If you put the word together. Apology. So I hope this will be of helpful, and if it does, let me know what kind of topic you want me to discuss, or if any questions, just type in a comment or send me privately um, by LinkedIn or email. What your questions are, and I'll try to answer them next week. All right, have a good weekend, and please take care of yourself.